that got a storm. Hey. I was born to got a storm. Witness the power in a lot of forms, a lot of swords. Decapitate like they got a war. The bloody gore is the reward. What you running for? The spook who set by the door, screaming bloody war. Murderer, hurting, serving your bullets and murdering your hurdlers. Murderers, leaving body parts in your furniture. Eliminate this your fate. I'ma break you like a dinner plate. No glitter, babe. With the case, you can fade. It's on the innocent.
Let's start back from the beginning. Shouts out to everybody. HHN Special Rep Hall.
I was born to got a storm. Hey. I was born to got a storm. Witness the power in a lot of forms, a lot of swords. Decapitate like they got a war. The bloody gore is the reward. What you running for? The spook who set by the door, screaming bloody war. Murderer, hurting, serving your bullets and murdering your hurdlers. Murderers, leaving body parts in your furniture. Eliminate this your fate. I'ma break you like a dinner plate. No glitter, babe. With the case, you can fade. It's on the interstate. Underlay, never gonna put my gun away. Run away when I pull out the thunder. Can you be done in that muscle when you get hit? Stupid little bitch. Hurricane is a storm. You niggas, you better dip. Got a storm. I was born with got a storms. I was born with got a storms. Got a storms. I was born with got a storms. Witness the lyrics in a lot of forms, a lot of swarms. Getting their ass kicked, I'm Jason Bourne. I'm super quick, hitting motherfuckers with super kicks. I'm too legit, true to this. My mind is scrupulous. Rattle you, got the dad, I'm a shot at you. Rip out your classical, I'm a radical savage. Animal, cannibal, not a cannibal. I don't wanna be Hannibal. It's not to the government, they tyrannical. Hurricane, I'ma kill until there's no remains. Bring it pain, bring it wind, fire and stormy rain. Fuck the game, break the shackles they place on your brain. Fuck it lame, it is time to break the mental chains. Spitting flames like a dragon, I do not feel the same. In my lane, in the hood they call me Killer Kane. Feel the rain of a god, I do not need a crown. Bringing this music up in your speaker now. Got a storm. I was born to got a storms. I was born to got a storms. Got a storms. I was born to got a storms. Witness the power of the final form. My final form, cosmic armor and a final sword. I kick your doors of the federations of separate forms, separate chords, several heads. I'm killing several more, several scores. Fuck the government, I ain't having your blessing. Nothing inadequate. Put your head in the cabinet, put your face on the mannequin. Turn evil like Anakin. Imagining all the government vanish. Bucket, quiet chili tears in the bucket. You ducking for bullets, I'm busting bitch. I won't chuck it, I'm gon' tuck it. Cause I'm a rebel with mine. About to shoot a fucking fan all dead in the spine. Buried alive, then go bury your guys. Scream bunker, then go bury your wives. I'm like Isaac, spirit pressure stay in the sky. Hypnotize everybody if you look in my eyes. Got a storm, I was born to got storms. Got a storm. I was born to got a storms. Got a storms. I was born to got a storms. Got a storms. I was born to got a storms.
You know. You already know. Shouts out to everybody. That's a got a stories. Intro song. I ain't hear that motherfucker in a minute. Shouts out to everybody. We ain't gonna be here too long. Got a beamer up. Beaming her up. The Herbert Deck 3. You already know what it is. Where we at? We gonna go right here. HHN special report. You heard this stuff.
Hurricane 313.
This a breath of the ancestors. With this time, my hawk, you get your head severed. Creep up in the building, get the fair records. My Beretta was gold plated with a suppressor. Feel the pressure of heavy rates, nothing lesser. I'm the god of storms, I control the weather. So clever, you fools should know better. When I come through, better run to the storm shelter. Flow better, hip hop is forever. We take the government down, we write no letters. Take hold of the crime, we make the throne better. I turn this whole world into a Coachella. Pick up the pack of a pistol, pop you like piffle simple. People pack the pistols, the population of evil tremble. I resemble the revolution, no ancient temples. Haters better watch your tone, or they get dismembered. This a breath of the ancestors. Better watch your tone or get your head severed. This a breath of the ancestors. Better watch your tone or get your head severed. This the breath of the ancestors. Better watch your tone or get your head severed. This the breath of the ancestors. Better watch your tone or get your head severed. Cracking bottles overhead to make them wobble. Don't like the TV show, nigga, just change the channel. Genocidal, these lyrics might hold the title. Carry Bibles, my goons, they carry rifles. Very tribal, sometimes we very primal. AR-15, I'm killing every rival. They say it's mediocre. Cut you up into pieces and leave your body parts inside your easy sofa. Be the soldier, you see my soldiers, they creeping over. Parkour type shit, you see us sleeping over. Drop your chain, you understand, you catching hands. Kick your ass through the van, I think you dead, man. Fuck a fizzle, the fragile fickle. Feel like I got a blast at the government quicker than anybody, nigga. Split your body apart and throw you in the river. This the revolution, you gotta deal with us. This the breath of the ancestors. Better watch your tone or get your head severed. This the breath of the ancestors. Better watch your tone or get your head severed. This the breath of the ancestors. Better watch your tone or get your head severed. This the breath of the ancestors. Better watch your tone or get your head severed. This the breath of the ancestors. Better watch your tone or get your head severed. This the breath of the ancestors. Better watch your tone or get your head severed. This the breath of the ancestors. Better watch your tone or get your head severed. This the breath of the ancestors. Better watch your tone or get your head severed.
Hey, you already know what it is. You know. Shout out to everybody. You know, I ain't gonna be here long. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, my work. So I'm going to try to knock this news on out. Finish working on the track that you sent me, Jordan. I'm on the second verse. I got to finish the second verse. And then I'm dropping that track. I'm going to try to do this HHN, try to drop your track and try to get some rest before work tonight. Ain't going to be no Detroit After Dark tonight or the night after because I work late. So yeah. So that's why I did the Detroit After Dark yesterday on my day off. But it was 420, so like fuck a day off. I had to do it. You know. I'm glad y'all stopped through for the 420 party. And I hope y'all checked out my video that I did earlier called Just Listen. You already know what it is. But yeah, that track you sent me, Jordan, man, bro, that beat is crazy, son. That beat is crazy. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about, like, I'm already working on 2 different tracks, but when I heard Joe's beat, I just started writing and just getting the inspiration and shit, just like went past the shit that I'm working on. So your track might be done today. So like I hopefully, you know, I could drop this live, drop your track, get some chill rest in before I go to work. You know. And probably like, plus like after this, it'll be around dinner time where Vonta at. So like it'll make good timing. She can get her a little food on, get that rest on, know what I'm saying? Chill back. So after this, get ready for a new song, hopefully. You know what I'm saying? So I'm about to spark up this blizzard. We're gonna play this track, then we're gonna get into the news. Where that track at? Here you go. Jordan in the building. Hey. Well, I got his sponsor. Shouts out to Jordan. Shouts out to Live and Learn. Man, that beat cold, bro.
Yeah, we bringing it back. So cold with the flows when I spit it on tracks. Writing hardcore lyrics, gotta put it on wax. We can't tell lies with this spitting the facts. Most rappers is trash and they do it for cash. I do it for the love with this lyrical blast. Going fast like flash when I'm whipping your ass. Let me slow it down quick, this a blast from the past. Underground flows with an old school vibe. Not you head to the beat and remember the rhyme. Real music, you can hear it, you can never deny. Corporate came and joined the act when we be keeping it live. From Detroit to Savannah, let the whole world see. Midwest, Southern soul, make the people believe. Spitting revolution lyrics so my people be free. Throw your hands in the air if you rollin' with me. Underground sound that goes down in Motown. 15 your time, smoke a pound, we smoke crowds. Cold sound, everybody know what goes down. Underground sound, yeah, we bringing it back now. Tell them, Jay. Bringing it back. Bringing it back. Hey. Back to the underground. Back to the underground. Where it comes from. Back to the underground. To where it comes from.
HHN special report.
Back to the underground.
Shouts out Live and Learn. Shout out to Jordan. Everybody.
Hey. Bringing it back. 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 Back again, spinning magic just like a paladin. Yeah, we gotta win. The underground is back again. For the ancestors. It's time to take it back again. Spinning magic just like a paladin. Yeah, we gotta win. The underground is back again. For my ancestors. This that underground sound. This that underground sound. This that underground sound. It's time to take it back now. This that underground sound.
Special report.
This that underground sound. This that underground sound.
Next number one.
It's time to take it back now.
Make it blow.
Underground sound.
Make it so.
This that underground sound. This that underground sound. It's time to take it back now.
The Empire.
This that underground sound. This that underground sound. This that underground sound. It's time to take it back now.
Yep. Let's get to the news. Marvel, the failure. This new doomsday shit. I know, like everybody that was caught up in the Marvel cinematic universe, we had to go through the bullshit. Now they about to come up with this Marvel doomsday shit. And they talking about killing off my boy Bully Maguire, and they bet not do that. They bet not do that. I swear to God, if they do that shit, y'all kill Bully Maguire, man, I'm going to a studio. And I'm like, everybody up. Bully Maguire is immortal. But like the shit crazy. He about to get off into the real facts on why shit is fucked up for the Marvel Cinematic Universe and why Phase 4 and 5, when they came out with, let's do shows and movies about side characters we don't like. That's what I called it. That was Marvel Phase 4 and 5. Let's make movies about side characters that we don't even read their books. Like, And then with these movies with these side characters, we gonna push agendas. We gonna push agendas. Just in the opening scene. No. Like every time I saw Leak go past, I was like, I'm not listening to it. I'm not listening to it because I know Bully McGuire is in this. I'm like, man, y'all not about to fuck up my nigga's story. I don't want to hear it. But it just reached the boiling point where they're like, fuck it. You know, and I'm like, fuck it, let's talk about it. Because I didn't want to talk about it. I didn't want to talk about it. So, like, now that I know Bully McGuire is going to die at the beginning of the movie, I'm walking out the goddamn movie theater. Y'all just killed Bully McGuire. No. But anyway, let's get off into this.
James Gunn took over, and they just had these obligatory films.
Hold on.
Without has failed. Absolutely everything. And it's starting to look like DC did before James Gunn took over, and they just had these obligatory films they had to put out, and they just flopped.
So Nerdrotic just dropped some brutal truth about Marvel's current death spiral, and his DC comparison is devastating.
Hey, real talk, I forgot the guy name that's talking, but I like this cat. He's an old guy. He's an old guy with a beard, look like motherfucking Moses from back in the day. Respectfully, you know, but you know, like if y'all remember, like I was using his video to cover what happened to the Star Trek and the Doctor Who franchise, and I, you know, and I feel like he got some great insight in the, and a great take on it. You know, I'm like, like damn, because he was there in the fucking beginning. That's probably why, but like, yeah, he was there like when the motherfuckers came out, and plus he remembered how great Star Trek was and Doctor Who. So yeah, so like we back to the guy again. But the Marvel shit died. He said, marvelous. Hell nah. You love saying hi to everybody without scanning first. You don't know if this person's a troll or not. I think this person knew. I never seen it before. But damn, Vonta, you so nice. You're so nice. You gotta scream motherfuckers first. Motherfuckers might get tossed out the airlock. He come in talking about some hell no, not a hi, not a salute, not what up, though. He just hell nah. But we'll see where this go.
Being compared to pre-James Gunn DC, a studio that literally gave up, you're in crisis mode. We're about to break down exactly why Marvel is panicking and throwing hundreds of millions at nostalgia.
So hence we have a Doomsday that will be the most expensive pair of movies in the history of time, more expensive than Avatar. We'll never know the real number, but you can't tell me you're paying the Russo brothers 80 to 100 million, not counting whatever they make off the back end.
Those massive payouts prove Marvel has zero confidence in their current creative direction. The Russo brothers 9 figures and Robert Downey Jr. potentially 100 million, you're not investing in storytelling, you're buying insurance against complete failure. This is desperation disguised as ambition.
Robert Downey Jr. making anywhere from 50 to 100 million, not counting what he's making off the back end. We don't know what Chris Evans is making, but I'm guessing it's not nothing. Plus the potential 35 other cast members. It's not like Hugh Jackman's working for scale, even if he's in it.
Think about what these salaries represent. Marvel admitting their Phase 4 and 5 heroes can't carry a movie. They're paying legacy actors more than some entire film budgets because characters like Captain Marvel, Falcon, and the Eternals couldn't generate a fraction of this excitement. It's a public confession of failure.
Are people really this dumb? Russo clearly meant story-wise. The film picks up threads left by Endgame, bringing back Steve Rogers and exploring how his choice to go back in time may have implicated...
Yeah, go right back to Endgame. Like, let's skip Phase 4 and 5, go back to Endgame and start shit from there. Let's erase the side characters that we push genders through. Man, they hated Brie Larson like a motherfucker. Even the phone agrees. I hated Brie Larson too. That what the phone just said.
First.
Dang,
that Phase 4 and 5 suddenly don't matter anymore. And Robert just is correct.
That defense actually proves the abandonment. If you're going back to fix Steve Rogers' timeline choice, you're inherently saying Sam Wilson's entire arc as the new Captain America was built on a foundation that needs correcting. You can't have it both ways. Either the handoff mattered or it didn't.
So, what you're telling me is they don't want us to forget Phase 4 and 5? That's interesting. For one, let's just take what the directors say at face value, and let's go back to Endgame and Steve Rogers' decision to hand the shield over to Sam Wilson and fuck off into the past and live his life with Haley Atwell, with Agent Carter.
Exactly. Fixing Steve Rogers retroactively destroys Sam's legitimacy as Captain America. If Steve's decision was wrong and needs correcting, then Sam was essentially given damaged goods. Marvel painted themselves into this corner by prioritizing a romantic ending over character consistency in Endgame.
But, as many said then, and I will say now, that is contradictory to everything Steve Rogers is about. He would never fucking do that. So you're telling me that the guy who risked everything for Bucky will just sit by and watch Kennedy get assassinated, the Vietnam War happen, the Twin Towers fall, just sit out most of the Cold War.
The original ending was character assassination, pure and simple. Steve Rogers, who said, "I can do this all day," and never backed down from a fight, suddenly becomes a man who abandons his principles for personal happiness. It betrayed everything that made the character heroic for a decade.
So now, the Russo brothers feel like they have an opportunity to fix how fucking stupid this was. The 5-year blip was stupid. It ruined Marvel. Before we get into the intersectional feminism and the identity politics, the 5-year blip ruined Marvel. It was fucking dumb.
The 5-year blip created insurmountable storytelling problems that contaminated every subsequent project. Half the population disappearing and returning creates economic, political, and social chaos that Marvel simply ignored. Every story since Endgame has had to pretend this world-ending event didn't fundamentally break society.
If Phase 5 and Phase 4 are still going to be important, are they going to, I don't know, answer the open threads left by both of those phases, for which there are many.
For real.
Many. I think there are at least 17 major open threads from Marvel's Phase 4 and 5 that I'm betting the vast majority don't get resolved or even mentioned.
The math is impossible. 17 major unresolved plot threads can't be meaningfully addressed while
17 is my lucky number, by the way. Why 17? Because that was the day where I said, fuck it all, and I left home and got on my own. 17. It'll be my lucky number forever.
Simultaneously rebooting the universe and introducing new storylines. Something has to give, and we all know it'll be the Phase 4 and 5 content that gets sacrificed for nostalgia callbacks.
Are they going to mention Kang at all? They'll probably, say he died or something, but that'll be it. If phases 4 and 5 happen. Now, one of those phases is White Vision, or one of those open threads is White Vision. That's going to get taken care of in Vision Quest, which will not be connected to Avengers Doomsday in any way, shape, or form, as far as I know.
The Kang abandonment perfectly exemplifies Marvel's strategy. Ignore problems rather than solve them. They spent years building him as the next Thanos-level threat, then just stopped. No explanation, no resolution, just pretend it never happened. That's become their standard operating procedure for failures.
Sharon Carter, the power broker. Remember the stinger from Falcon and Winter Soldier? Going to bring that up. How about the signal from space to the 10 rings? We're going to talk about that. How about the Young Avengers, or the Champions / the Champions? We're going to bring that up again. Black Knight, who spoke to Blade after the Eternals. One of the Celestials coming back for Judgment. Are we going to see the Eternals at all? Doomsday doesn't feature Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange mom literally ended with him and Clea going into an incursion.
Each abandoned thread represents...
Right, and RDJ supposed to be Tony Stark Iron Man. You know what I'm saying? They completely fucked this whole fucking movie up.
broken promises to audiences who invested time and emotion in these storylines. The Sharon Carter power broker reveal, the 10 ring signal, the celestial judgment. These weren't throwaway moments. They were supposed to be the foundation of...
Now, that situation was crazy. They should have just left Black Panther alone after part 1. But they try to milk the franchise and try to get billions. It was like, fuck it. We could put this part of the motherfucking identity politics or whatever. You know, we make the girl the Black Panther, whatever. You know what I'm saying? You know, they try to milk it. They try to milk it. I wouldn't be surprised if they motherfucking deleted the Black Panther just to motherfucking put the girl at the forefront, just to motherfucking have a new Black Panther 3 with the guy. Like, what was the point of part 2? But yeah, that was a blow. That was a blow to Marvel. I know nobody saw that shit coming. Nobody saw that shit coming. But the show must go on. I think they probably already planned for 3 movies or some shit. They're like, fuck it, we gotta motherfucking do this shit. Like, fuck it, we make the girl the Black Panther. Yeah, but like, yeah. But like, a part 2 would have been fucking awesome with Chadwick Boseman. Part 2 would have been the shit. It would have been more better. It would have been more action-packed. I know that shit would have been fucking fire. I know that for sure. That shit would have been fire. You know?
Future stories that Marvel simply gave up on.
I'm sure all of these, because phase 4 and 5 were so important, and believe me, I'm
Are
just
they planning
scratching
for
the
3?
surface on the shit that they've left open, that they're going to answer everything. Or, hear me out, they're just going to deal with that open plot thread from Endgame.
His sarcasm cuts to the heart of it. Marvel is choosing nostalgia over narrative coherence.
Yeah, y'all choosing nostalgia. Y'all about to bring back Bully Maguire and kill him in front of me? That nigga got some bullshit. What makes me even more bad, Bully Maguire signed off on the shit. And y'all know Tom Holland is the most worst Spider-Man ever. And they needed Bully Maguire and Andrew Garfield to boost that motherfucking movie numbers up. Don't lie. They needed Bully Maguire. They needed Bully Maguire. Because they know that's the best Spider-Man. That's the best Spider-Man. When I was in high school, man. Spider-Man 2 is in my top motherfucking 5 best sequel movies. You know? So it's like, yo, I could probably say superhero movies, but like if it was all together, just like top best sequel, man. Spider-Man 2 was lit. Spider-Man 2 was lit. Man, and that fucking scene when he threw that car in that motherfucking diner with Spider-Man and Mary Jane, and he saved Mary Jane and shit. And he motherfucking kidnapped Mary Jane, and Spider-Man got his powers back and shit. Met on a rooftop of a fucking church or cathedral and shit. He like, where is she? Doc Ock was like, oh, she'll be just fine. Let's talk. And they fight on a motherfucking top of a whatever, the church. Nigga, they was throwing bows. Then they went off the building, landed on a fucking train, fought on top of the train, inside the train. Spider-Man saved the train full of people. Yeah, that shit was lit. Bully Maguire all fucking day. They did. I don't know what the fuck they was thinking about Spider-Man 3, man. But like, I still love Spider-Man 3. Not as much as part 2, though. Part 2 is the shit.
They're building forward with the stories they started. They're retreating to what worked a decade ago. It's the creative equivalent of admitting defeat and hoping fans won't notice the contradiction.
And I think at best, some of this stuff will be resolved in a single line of dialogue. If that. Which at the end of the day will mean that phases 4 and 5 didn't really matter that much.
One line of exposition is exactly how they'll handle it, if they bother at all. Remember how they resolved the Mandarin controversy? A throwaway short film most fans never saw. Expect the same treatment for every dangling phase 4 and 5 plot thread that doesn't serve their nostalgia agenda.
Disney Marvel does not deserve any benefit of the doubt. I will list you Daredevil Born Again Season 1 and 2, Wonder Man, Thunderbolts, Captain African American, Fantastic Four First Steps, Ironheart. That is the last 6 things they put out in the last year and 4 months. None of them have been successful.
That failure rate isn't coincidental. It's systematic. When literally everything you release...
To me personally, I think they dropped these bullshit movies to launder money. I think they money laundering, dog. They laundering money. It was like, fuck it. How can we launder money and push the agenda at the same time? Hold my beer. I got something better. Man, these motherfuckers are sick. These motherfuckers are sick. And I watched the movies die since 2015. I watched it die. This don't got nothing to do with just Marvel. It's a whole bunch of other shit. Other TV shows, other movies, other best-selling novels. You know what I'm saying? I watched that shit die. I watched that shit motherfucking die. Everybody gay or a motherfucker is pandering to politics. It's just like, oh my God, the agenda's all over the goddamn place.
For over a year fails to connect with audiences, you're not dealing with bad luck. You're dealing with fundamental creative and strategic problems that go to the core of your decision-making process.
Thunderbolts flopped miserably. Captain African American lost shitloads of money for them because it was shot essentially twice. And these aren't just rumors from the Wrap. This is people who worked on this who no longer work at Disney.
Inside sources losing their jobs while speaking.
And to me personally, I know some people might hate this, but Falcon shouldn't be Captain America. Falcon should be Falcon. If anybody deserved the Captain America mantle, it should have been Bucky. On some real shit, it should have been Bucky. With the arm and the shield? Oh, y'all done fucked up. Well, but Falcon can fly, so the fuck what? But he's Falcon. Bucky is the real true connection to Cap. It's a stronger bond. And that motherfucking Captain America Winter Soldier, that shit was lit. The fight choreography was superb. It was perfect. Perfect. It was Street Fighter shit. Perfect. So if anybody deserved that fucking mantle, it should have been Bucky. I know people might hate it, but shit, dog, it is what it is. It is what it is. Falcon is fucking Falcon. Coming to motherfuckers saving the day, giving speeches to politicians and police and shit. Get the fuck out of here. That shit was horrible. That shit was horrible. That shit was horrible. And bring back, what's that motherfucking name? The nigga that say Maine all the time. Terrence Howard for motherfucking War Machine. Fuck Don Cheadle. I'm like, where the fuck is motherfucking Terrence Howard at? I was like, oh, hell no. Not saying Don Cheadle is a motherfucking good actor. He's better than Terrence Howard for damn show. But bring back Terrence Howard for War Machine, man. Come on, man. Hustle and flow, man. I talk crazy pseudo shit on other platforms, man. I think I know the universe, man. I saw the universe, man. That's Terrence fucking Howard. Bring him back for War Machine, you motherfucker. But nah. But at least he made some money on the motherfucking Empire show. You know what I'm saying? But still, though, dog, he should have been War Machine. Gonna bring in Don Cheadle. Son of a bitch. Falcon is a great character. Should have kept him in. Yep. Should have kept him as is. Yep, he was a good character. You already know. Salute Philly OG again. Shout out to everybody. Live and learn. Jordan. Much love to my guy that's Vaughn, to my UK correspondent.
Truth tells you everything about Disney's current culture. When your own employees, actual Marvel fans, are getting fired for honest assessments, you're creating an environment where only yes men survive and real problems never get addressed.
The word from inside is, and these are people who are fans. These are people who, like, for instance, the person I talked to loved Wonder Man, absolutely loved it, said it was one of the best things they did. He was like, on Doomsday, he's like, it's all right. So this is
got fired
big
for
fan,
that.
got a paycheck from the company, and this is before he got fired.
That source's credibility makes this devastating. A Marvel fan, still employed by Disney at the time, loving Wonder Man, but calling Doomsday a mistake. When your own supporters inside the company are questioning your biggest gamble, you know you're in serious trouble.
And I'm like, so you're going to kill the single most popular character this side of Robert Downey Jr.'s Iron Man. And
right, exactly. The single most popular character next to Iron Man, next to Cap. Nigga, you killing Bully Maguire, dog? Like, no. Bully should have said, "No, you're not going to kill off my character. He can be injured severely, though." And then have him out the way for a minute, and when some shit go down, have him pop up out of nowhere and be like, "Oh, Bully McGuire's still alive." Y'all better do some shit like that. Y'all better do some shit like that, but don't kill this nigga in front of me. Y'all killed James Bond in front of me. I ain't watched the whole movie. I watched the death scene though. I wanted to see how he died. Because James Bond get out of every sticky situation. Shaken, not stirred. Get it, Vata. Wait. The name's Kane. Hurricane. Remix gone. The remix gone.
All of Marvel and that world right off the bat. So yeah, I'm like, ooh.
Killing beloved characters for temporary shock value represents everything wrong with modern Marvel storytelling. They've learned the worst lesson from Endgame, that death scenes generate buzz, without understanding that those deaths work because of years of character development and earned emotional investment.
Maybe I will retort. Are you that dumb to believe the Russos when they tell you that they're going to make a direct sequel to Endgame?
That's what I'm talking about, baby.
And not just forget about Phase 4 and 5? I guess we'll find out when the movie comes out. And again, I'm looking forward to having all those Phase 4 and 5 plot threads tied up in a nice little bow.
The pattern of broken promises from Marvel over recent years makes his skepticism completely justified. They promised Kang would matter, that Phase 4 would build to something meaningful, that new characters would carry the franchise forward. Every promise broken, every plan abandoned.
If you look at it, they put her out there and said, "You're going to be the new face of Marvel. You're going to lead the Avengers. We're going to make you the female Superman. The sky's the limit for you, kid. You're going to be in all the movies, all the Avengers." And then they just stopped calling her.
Brie Larson's treatment is the perfect microcosm of Marvel's dysfunction. They publicly declared her the new face of Marvel, then quietly sidelined her when the audience rejected that decision.
Hell yeah.
Instead of fixing the character or performance, they just stopped calling. Classic Marvel abandonment strategy.
It's like, fuck it, don't call the bitch no more.
They're actually going to address in a really meaningful way anything from Phase 4 and 5 other than just having characters from Phase 4 and 5 in the movie. I would question your intelligence. But we will see when the movie comes out.
Character appearances versus meaningful story resolution. That distinction is crucial. Showing Sam Wilson in a costume doesn't resolve whether his Captain America arc mattered.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, if we look at the last Spider-Man movie with Tom Holland and just actually pay attention to it for what it is, that Spider-Man damn near destroyed the whole multiverse over some college shit. But he could have just talked to a goddamn administrator or like some other shit, like the motherfucker Dr. Strange told him. It was like, wait a minute, you came straight to me without even trying to make a solution on your own, you dumb little motherfucker. It's like, goddamn. And then, like, I ain't see the Doctor Strange movie because like he had some consequences because of that shit. Nigga, I'll be whooping Tom Holland ass from here to San Francisco for some shit like that. You know, and then y'all bring back the other Spider-Man to motherfucking help you. And even at the end of the fucking day, how strong and superior Tom Holland's suit was, you still couldn't surpass the inner strength of Bully McGuire stopping your ass from killing the Green Goblin. He had no high-tech suit. He had the real suit. Motherfucker, man. They're about to kill Bully McGuire in front of me, man.
Wanda appear doesn't address the multiverse chaos she created.
Yeah, and Wanda was a goddamn motherfucking Hitler. Bending reality to her fucking will. She killing every goddamn body. No one gonna address her fucking crimes. That bitch need to get locked the fuck up for crimes against humanity.
Marvel confuses fan service with storytelling.
Even the phone agrees. Ding.
Marvel saying forget phase 4 and 5, which is exactly what they're fucking saying, by the way. If you want to circle back to that, it's because in phase 4 and 5, they decided to bypass stories, many, many stories that they could have adapted forever.
They had decades of proven successful source material and chose to ignore it in favor of modern political messaging.
Yep. Even George Lucas, right before he left Star Wars, he gave some blueprints for some new shit to Kathleen Kennedy, and Kathleen Kennedy said, fuck that shit. We're going to put some agendas. We're going to put some fucking agendas.
That even their own comic division proved didn't work. The hubris is staggering, thinking they could succeed where their own company had already documented failure.
It goes, if you had real marketing data with real comic book fans going, well, how well did Black Captain America go over? How well did Riri Williams go over? And it would show you, without the shadow of a doubt, that they were absolute failures, but they didn't bother looking, or they thought, you know what? We'll do it better. We can pull this off. We can pull this off. And they didn't.
Marvel Studios literally had their own company's sales data proving these characters were failures, and they ignored it anyway.
Yeah, they ignored it anyway, which lets me think, was this money laundering? Was this fucking money laundering? Or it's like, fuck it. We're going to push this shit out anyway. We're fucking rich as shit. We don't give a fuck. We got to push this agenda. We don't give a fuck if we're going to lose money. We don't give a fuck. We're going to just motherfucking blame the fans and divide everybody. The divide and conquer tactic, use it. Keep on gaslighting. Or at the end of the day, if that shit don't work, call them an istophobe. We got to push these agendas. And launder some money. But we got to pay the celebrities. Well, pay those motherfuckers then.
America Comics, Riri Williams runs.
Salute, Mark. What up,
all commercial disasters with clear audience rejection. Yet they thought they could somehow make it work in the movies.
Nice. Doomsday, if even half of the shit that they put off the top of my head, you can correct me if I'm wrong, chat. 14 movies in phase 4 and 5, 14 films. And then if we count the animated series that are somewhat in universe, like we won't count X-Men 97 or Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, but What If kind of?
This internal knowledge makes their crisis entirely self-inflicted. They knew the Marvels was problematic before release. New Captain America 4 needed massive reshoots.
He said not the biblical one.
Was rejecting their direction. Yet they continued doubling down until the damage became undeniable.
They need to do a hard reboot. They need to recast Cap and Iron Man and Thor and Hulk, and it doesn't look like they're going to do that. It's going to be some weird soft reboot where they're going to carry over some characters, bring in some new ones, and it'll be like the X-Men and the Fantastic Four and the Avengers all existed on the same world the whole time. That's pretty much where they're going.
Yep. Now let's get to the death of physical games. This conversation is back up because apparently everybody talk about the GTA 6. It comes out November 19th of this year. You know, I know I ain't gonna get it no time soon, man, but like I see everybody with the hype. You know, I don't really got no words on it, but some rumors spread it that the physical copies won't come out at the same time the digital ones is. So like it kind of had people freaking out and believing it. So like this person is about to talk about why people believe that the physical copies might disappear. And we're gonna go down the pattern that, you know, that I follow is like, yo, they're trying to get rid of physical games and we need our physical shit. And they're trying to tell us that we ain't gonna own our own shit after we pay full price for it. So I'm like, shit, nigga, that's gonna turn the motherfucker into a pirate or a fucking hacker. Shit, like we gonna play our physical shit. And we're going to bypass your motherfucking license code and we're going to still play our shit. You know, and it's like they're trying to create a form of control where you don't own your shit. And they can cut your shit off from their company. You know, like once the servers go down. Or if you say something wrong online. You know what I'm saying? But they're trying to make it so you don't play your offline games either. It's like your shit will turn to a fucking coaster or an ashtray. This is some bullshit. You know, so we're about to dive into that. And then we go... probably dive into one more thing. But oh yeah, we need to holler at Starmer real quick. We need to go to the UK first. Hold on. But before we go to the UK, you already know we gotta holler at, Vanta.
Hi,
Salute,
I'm
low key.
Amelia. I'm English,
What's up, low key?
and I love England. I like having fish and chips and a pint at the local pub. I like Shakespeare and Dickens, Tolkien and Lewis, Harry Potter. I like pork sausage and dogs and fashion.
Haram! Haram!
But I don't like that. Brits are famously polite, but it mustn't mean we're willing to commit cultural suicide. Our institutions, the Church of England, the BBC, are a bunch of queers and nonces. How the bloody hell did we go from Churchill to you git? Sadiq Khan, the mayor? This is London, mate, not Afghanistan. Or Star Wars.
I'll get him back.
Our government won't even protect our schoolgirls from grooming gangs. Sod off, wankers. The police won't help. They're too busy confiscating garden tools and suppressing free speech.
That's right, miss. What have I done, officer? You've tweeted rudely, and you're under arrest.
Curry is fine, but we have several recipes already. There are 50 Islamic nations in the world. Muslims don't need to be on our island. They want to conquer it. The government says it must be this way. That doesn't make it right, does it, Robin Hood? These dragons that threaten our England won't go away unless brave knights rise up to slay them. Or did all the British bloodlines with any bollocks get killed off in World Wars I and II? Englishmen, it's your country, and it's being taken from you. Chav, posh, doesn't matter. We're already all in this together. I don't want this to be the future of the women of England, and I'm sure the women of Iran and Afghanistan didn't want it either. Your ancestors beat the Spanish Armada, Napoleon, and the Nazis. Surely you can handle welfare tourists. History will record what you do or don't do. Get cracking, lads. Love, Amelia.
Love, Amelia. Nah, Starmer is a wanker. People is tripping in the parliament. They tripping on Downing Street right now.
Have you misled Parliament, Prime Minister? Keir Starmer pledged to be a different kind of Prime Minister.
We need to clean up politics.
A leader who would restore public trust.
Liar!
My government will serve you.
Through
Liar!
stability, accountability, and integrity.
I never turn on my staff.
The Mandelson
Wake up!
scandals helped undo all of that. The Prime Minister come into the House of Commons to explain how Lord Mandelson was made US ambassador.
Get Starmer out of here.
Failing developed security vetting. His argument clear: it was the Foreign Office's fault.
The Foreign Office officials who
Hey, yo, the Foreign Office ain't tell me shit. He throwing the Foreign Office under the bus. Like, that's the nigga that put him in, right? Ah, yo, ass nigga. Yo, man, the Foreign Office ain't tell me nothing. They ain't tell me nothing. They in that bitch tripping.
made that decision did not pass
Liar!
information to
There's a
me,
lot of me said in Parliament. What?
to the Foreign Secretary, to her predecessor, the Deputy Prime Minister.
Vater's facts of the day. The word liar isn't allowed said in the Parliament. You are a liar and a wanker. Oh, so you can't say liar? You're going to be fined £10,000, sir. God damn it. I mean, bullocks. I mean, fuck that fucking lying wanker. I'll pay the fucking fine. Get him out of here. Get him out of here. Get your hands off me. You get.
Minister to any other minister, or even to the former Cabinet Secretary, Sir Chris Walmart.
To a piece called him a liar,
I
damn.
found this staggering.
And had he known, he wouldn't have sent Mandelson to Washington.
If I had known before he took up his post that UKSP recommendation.
Why is he reading from a piece of paper? He shouldn't ever have to read from a piece of paper. He's like, look, if I would have known some shit, I would have stopped the shit. Nigga, he lied. And the lie detector test determined that was a lie because you read it from a piece of paper. Oh.
Was that developed vetting clearance should be denied, I would not have gone ahead with the appointment.
But the PM's position hard to defend. The former public prosecutor curiously incurious over Mandelson's past.
I know many members across the House will find these facts to be incredible.
Damn, they erupted in that bitch. They erupted that bitch.
To that, I can only say they are right. It beggars belief that throughout the whole timeline of events, officials in the Foreign Office saw fit to withhold this information from the most senior ministers in our system in government.
The opposition going for the jugular, pointing out the PM did not apologise for misleading the House.
Earlier today, Mr. Speaker, Downing Street admitted that the Prime Minister inadvertently misled the House. The Prime Minister has chosen not to repeat that from the dispatch box. I will remind him that under the Ministerial Code, he has a duty to correct the record at the earliest opportunity. The earliest opportunity to correct the record was Prime Minister's questions on Wednesday, almost a week ago. This is a breach of the Ministerial Code.
Uh-oh, it was all good just a week ago.
Quoting Keir Starmer's own words about former PM Boris Johnson back at him.
On the 26th of January 2022, the Right Honourable Gentleman said to a previous Prime Minister at this dispatch box, if he misled the House, he must resign.
Yep. If I have misled the House, I must resign. So, Starmer, are you going to stand on that shit? Or are we going to have to drag your bitch ass out kicking and screaming? How the game going to go with this one?
He stands by those words, or is there one rule for him and another for everyone else?
Yeah.
His own bench is dissatisfied.
They erupted in that motherfucking spot.
The party I've been a member of for 50 years. I urge him.
And now this is the guy talking in a member of Starmer's own motherfucking people. This is Starmer's people talking. Everybody like, it's like, man, nigga, shut up, nigga. You ain't urged him to do shit. I urged him.
I urge him
At a Super Bowl
to take
lefty.
steps to clear this
Right.
toxic culture out of our party.
It's one thing.
And they were laughing at him. You heard the laughing in the background.
Nobody told me. Nobody told me.
Nobody told me.
Nobody told
Nobody
me.
told me.
The question is, why didn't the Prime Minister ask?
This was a Prime Minister that promised to be different, but being forced to the Commons to explain away the Mandelson vetting scandal has thrown his government into crisis and raised real red flags over Keir Starmer's judgment. The scandal has hollowed out his number 10, set his government against Whitehall, and left his MPs in quiet despair. There may not be a smoking gun today or appetite to move against him from MPs so close to critical elections, but it leaves an already embattled Prime Minister weaker still. Keir Starmer said his piece. On Tuesday, the microphones handed to Ollie Robbins, the former Foreign Office chief, sacked by Starmer over Mandelson and now summoned by MPs to give his version of events. With Robbins poised to come out fighting, the PM's not out of the woods yet. Rigby, Sky News, Westminster.
Now they up at against the guy at the Foreign Office after Star was like, yo, nigga, it was the Foreign Office, it was those niggas. Now they over there, so nigga named Robin's face, like, nigga, what the fuck y'all doing at my crib? The fuck away from my crib. Shit, wow. But now, you know what I'm saying? You know, I got to give some UK news if I can find some. And it feel good to be in the halls of Parliament to see motherfuckers wild and erupting that bitch. I wish they could be scrapping in that motherfucker like I be watching the other shit across the world. And shit, like in some places in they halls of Parliament, they be throwing water on each other, they be scrapping. Everybody in suits and Stacey Adams shoes, nigga throwing balls in that bitch. And then they get back to work like nothing happened. Yeah, nigga, just scrap it out real quick. And then cool off and get back to work. And y'all might get a deal going. God, I miss those videos. I don't think they do it no more. Like I think I covered one, man, but like YouTube got rid of it because it was so-called violent, man. But like everybody else can post it as news, but I can't post it as news. That's some whole ass shit. Yep. The rest of his cabinet are just useless. Whoever replaces him yep, will be a numpty. What's a numpty? Now let's get off into the death of physical games.
Hey, Granddad, what's this one? Oh, man, that's GTA 6. It's one of the greatest games ever made. I was so excited when that game came out. Hell yeah, let's play it. Oh, yes. Let me just go ahead and launch it. They stopped teaching us how to read GTA. Why does it look like that? Rockstar shut down the authentication servers in, gosh, what was it, 2038? I don't know, it's been a while. I mean, can't we just play it? Let me tell you a story about the year 2026. Last week, a huge would go live November 19th.
Oh,
weeks later,
a Muppet. I called him a Muppet.
Now, the source
cops is being called Muppets and that shit. I heard people was getting arrested for calling cops Muppets, but I still kind of find it you can call it Muppet. Former government. We already got a tyrannical government. We need a revolution. We need a revolution. That's why we're the revolution over here. But over there, me and Vonta, we are the Invisibles. I'm King Bob and that's Red Robin. We are the Invisibles. We're about to take that government down over there. Keep that sniper polished, Vonta. Keep it polished, baby.
Who had a track record for this kind of stuff. And the supposed reason? Rockstar's terrified of leaks, and physical copies shipping early means employees get their hands on them at a GameStop, and then suddenly there's footage online. Before launch, Take-Two CEO shut this whole thing down in an interview and said, quote, that's not the plan. Oh, so we're done. Physical confirmed for day one. We can all move on, right? But you know what? I just can't stop thinking about how fast we all just kind of accepted it. Didn't ask any questions. Nobody thought, wait, this sounds fake. One of the biggest entertainment releases in history. And when someone says they might delay the discs to keep control, millions of people just went, yeah, that kind of makes sense. So when did this become normal? And when did we get so used to
getting a lot of momentum? All right, that's what's up.
Even register as surprising. Now, I've got a few receipts. I have 4 pieces of evidence showing exactly how we got trained to think this way. And if you want to keep following this stuff because it's only getting worse, hit subscribe because I cover the erosion of consumer rights in tech constantly. Now, let me show you some of the evidence.
2013, Xbox One.
2013, Microsoft reveals the Xbox One. Now, they pitched this entire grand vision, a digital future. You can share games across family accounts. You can access your library anywhere.
Your content is available and it's stored in the cloud so you can access your movies, your music, your games, your saves, anytime, anywhere.
You can trade digital licenses, and it sounds pretty great on paper. But there's a huge catch. To make it work, they need total control
they probably might do that.
Everything that you do. Xbox One would require internet check-ins.
You already know, Vonta.
If you miss that window, your games stop working. All of them. Even the single-player stuff that you bought on disc. What about used games? Well, publishers would have to approve resales. GameStop could maybe sell them if EA feels generous. EA can charge a fee for the privilege. Want to lend a game to your buddy? It wasn't even clear if that would be allowed anymore. Now, physical discs would still exist technically, but they're just install media now. You pop in your game once, and it ties to your account forever, and the disc essentially becomes a coaster. Oh, also, the Kinect camera ships with every console. That was required to be plugged in at launch. Always on, always watching, and always listening. You're paying $499 whether you want it or not. And the backlash was insane, immediate, and it was freaking brutal. This is Don Matrick. He's the guy who's running Xbox. He gave maybe the worst PR response in gaming history. Somebody asked what soldiers deployed overseas should do if they can't get reliable internet, and here's what his answer was.
Fortunately, we have a product for people who aren't...
Neighbor and the Greens are completely bonkers.
Zero access to the internet, that is an offline device. I mean, seriously, when I read the blogs and thought about who's really the most impacted, there was a person who said, hey, I'm on a nuclear sub. Right. And I don't even know what it means to be on a nuclear sub, but I've got to imagine that it's not easy to get an internet connection.
A potential customer literally says, I'm serving overseas, and the head of Xbox tells him to go buy last generation's hardware. Now, the internet obviously...
It was like, oh, bitch, you don't got no internet? Well, go buy last generation hardware, you poor motherfucker. That's what I'm saying. They want the motherfucking shit to be in the hands of the rich. But we're just going to be turning to hackers. We're going to play that shit regardless. Or like a person like me, I could wait till the price dropped to its lowest amount, grab that bitch at the pawn shop, out the door, go home and play, and bada boom, bada bing. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I still got my Xbox 360. I need to get back to my Resident Evil 6.
Melted down, social media was blowing up, and then Sony walked out at E3 and showed this video of how game sharing works on PlayStation 4. Guy hands a disc to another guy. That's it. It's 22 seconds, and the crowd loses it. The video went viral. It got millions of views, and Microsoft got clowned on for weeks. Now, they reversed everything before launch. They dropped the DRM, they dropped the check-ins, made Kinect optional, and Don Matrick over here left the company a few months later. Gee, I wonder what happened.
Today we're introducing a new Xbox One without Kinect for $399.
Now, the Xbox One still launched at $499 with a stupid camera in the box. The PS4 was $399, and Sony dominated that entire generation. But here's the wild part, though. The stuff that Microsoft wanted, we have it. Digital libraries that follow you everywhere, family sharing, cloud saves, game streaming. The only difference is they tried to force it overnight while keeping all the anti-consumer garbage. And the industry learned its lesson. Don't take it all at once. Take it slow. Make it convenient enough that people choose it themselves. And you know what? It worked. The Xbox Series S doesn't have a disk drive at all, and it sells just fine. PS5 digital edition is cheaper.
Couple of candidates for the local elections. That's what's up, Vaughn.
In 2013, we just ended up taking the scenic route. So when somebody says that Rockstar might delay physical media to control the launch, yeah, of course we believe it. Microsoft literally tried to do worse and only stopped because people noticed and rioted.
The Crew.
December 2014, Ubisoft launches The Crew. That's a racing game. For those of you that don't know, it was online focused and pretty decent if you were into that sort of thing. It's $60 at launch, classic AAA pricing. Now, fast forward to March 31st of 2024, that's almost 10 years later, Ubisoft shuts down the servers. I'm not just talking multiplayer, everything. The whole game stops working. Single player, offline mode, doesn't matter. The game needs server authentication to boot up, so when those servers die, your $60 purchase becomes worthless. Then, and you know what, this is the crazy part, they delete it from people's digital libraries. If you bought it on the PlayStation Store, it was gone from your account. Same with Xbox. It was vanished. It's almost like you never owned it. If you bought physical, congrats, you own a disc that doesn't work. It's a literal coaster with a Ubisoft logo. Yep. This is what kicked off the Stop Killing Games campaign. Many of you guys have probably heard of it. Yep. 1.2 million people signed a petition demanding laws that keep games playable after companies decide that they're done supporting them. It's making a ton of progress in the EU. It's, as far as the US, we'll see. Our politicians don't know much about technology, so not looking good. And The Crew isn't some weird exception either. You have Marvel Avengers, that's dead. Anthem, that's dead. Babylon's Fall lasted less than a year before getting killed. And the list just keeps growing. Ubisoft sold the product, took the money, and then deleted that product when it stopped being profitable. There weren't refunds or an apology. It was completely legal per the terms of service that nobody reads. And if that pisses you off, good. It should. Hit the like button if you think companies shouldn't be able to delete games that you paid for. I want to see how many people actually care about this. So when someone suggests that Rockstar might delay physical copies, we're not thinking, oh my gosh, they would never do such a thing. We're thinking Ubisoft literally deleted a game that people paid for, so why wouldn't Rockstar delay some discs?
Oh no, it's all good, Vata. We need that news. We need that news over there because I cover news all over the place. And plus, you the UK correspondent. You gotta keep this news out there, baby. You already know. You already know. What you doing is the right thing, baby. UK correspondent, you gorgeous.
Sony starts removing hundreds of movies from PlayStation Store libraries. And by the way, these weren't rentals. People clicked purchase, paid money, and thought that they owned these movies forever. We're talking the Hunger Games series, John Wick films, the best movie ever made, Paddington, 314 titles Paddington in Austria. They were just gone. And the reason? Well, it's because Sony's licensing deal with Studio Canal expired. Turns out Sony didn't actually have perpetual rights to let you stream these, even though you purchased them. And after people freaked out, Sony offered some store credit, but legally, they were covered. The terms of service you agreed to, say purchase, actually means license to stream until we can't anymore. It's the same exact system that governs games. When you buy something on the PlayStation Store or Xbox or Steam, you're licensing it. That license can get yanked.
Playable teaser.
August of 2014, you had a free horror demo that dropped on the PlayStation Network. It's called PT. What does that stand for? Great question. Playable teaser. It had incredible atmosphere. It was genuinely terrifying. It was a first-person haunted house with cryptic puzzles. And if you beat it, you get the reveal. A teaser for Silent Hill, directed by Guillermo del Toro and Hideo Kojima, starring Norman Reedus. The internet went insane. This is going to be legendary. Everyone is so stoked. But then Kojima and Konami implode. It was like corporate divorce. It was messy as hell. And Silent Hill was canceled. And then in April of 2015, Konami pulls PT from the PlayStation Store. If you did download it but deleted it because you needed some hard drive space, well, it's gone forever and you can't re-download. PS4 consoles with PT still installed start selling on eBay for thousands of dollars. Not because the console's worth a bunch or anything special. It's because of the free demo that got memory hold. Collaboration between a legendary film director and one of gaming's most famous designers. It's a part of gaming history. And it's now just deleted because Konami decided it shouldn't exist anymore.
Konami.
And reminded them of their missing
Hideo
force. If PT
Kojima.
had gotten a physical release, even limited, copies would exist in the wild. People could preserve it and still experience it, but instead, it's extinct. It only survives through YouTube playthroughs. So yeah, when someone says Rockstar might go digital only or delay physical, nobody's thinking digital's fine. Who needs discs? We're all kind of thinking digital only means they can erase this whenever they want.
So what does this actually mean for you?
So 4 examples, clear pattern established, but here's the part that I don't think most people actually understand. And this is what makes it way worse than just a blanket statement of companies are greedy. You don't own any of this stuff. You never did. When you click purchase on a digital game, you're not buying the game. You're licensing temporary access to the game. So,
and that's why I always say, whatever happened to buy the disc and put it in and playing the fucking game? Now you gotta buy the game, put the disc in, let some shit download to your system on some install shit. Then if you want to be online, you got to go through a whole bunch of typing and put your email address in, put that in, make sure your connection is good and shit. Like, what the fuck? That is 10, possibly 20 minutes before you even play the fucking game. And don't get me started on microtransactions. That's just motherfucking just really just destroying. It destroyed my whole ability of loving games. You paid full price, $60 or $70, to possibly get a game that's not finished, all buggy and need patches and shit. Gotta wait for the patch in about a week, maybe a month probably. And then it's a short game and you gotta wait for some DLC pack to come out. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Where when you needed extra shit in the original games, you just had to grind in the game to get the secret shit, to get the secret endings, to get the extra armor or weapons. Now motherfuckers is just motherfucking paying to motherfucking win. Gaming is dead. Like, fuck the physical or digital. It's like it's dead, period, when it comes to motherfucking pricing your ass. Because them DLCs is a lot of motherfucking money. And the character skins, you know, this how they get you the character skins, like $2, $3, $5 here, $10 there, $20 here if you want to look cool. And like shit. I was like, nigga, what? What? When we used to grind for that shit.
Microsoft, Steam, Epic, they can all revoke that access at any time and for any reason. This is
vinyl and DVD.
This guy comes into our store.
You already know,
super hyped to buy a new PC. He goes to log into his Steam account, and the account's locked because somebody in Russia tried accessing it. It's an automated security flag, and the whole account's frozen. It took him some time to get it back through Steam support. By the way, Steam support, pretty damn good. 2 weeks he spent staring at a brand new PC that he couldn't use because every game was tied to an account that he couldn't access. Physical disk, that problem doesn't exist. The game's on the disk. The disk works. You're done. Except now file sizes are so huge that even physical can't hold everything. GTA 6?
Yeah, file sizes are so huge. I have to pay $80 to buy like I think like a 2 terabyte memory. And like this is all because I wanted to play Assassin's Creed Origins. Man, that motherfucking file is like, what the fuck? Just to play Assassin's Creed. Look, don't get me wrong, that's a big ass fucking map. I'm in Egypt. I'm rolling through Egypt. So yeah, I'm like, whoa. But still though, whoa, with the fucking megabytes and terabytes, I'm talking about like I had to delete some games and still couldn't play it. I'm like, ain't this a bitch? So like there was 2 memory things. One was 80, one was 120. So like I really, you know, didn't really have a budget. I needed to buy a game too. So it was like, fuck the bullshit. Let me pay 80. And I forgot what else I grabbed. I know I grabbed a game for like maybe like 20 or 30 or probably or some shit like that. But yeah, shit was crazy. Not to say if it's all on the hard drive. That's why we're going to be hackers and pirates, because it's going to be the only way to play our new shit. We're going to have this shit on some motherfucking secret flash drives. We're going to be on an underground motherfucking spot like the movie Hackers and shit. Our world is going to be legit, though. And I got to make sure y'all protected, you know what I'm saying? Got to have our goon squad. Because in the movie Hackers, nigga, the government went after Motherfuckers one by one, house by house. Niggas was getting lit the fuck up by the government because of this hacking shit. I was like, oh, that's how they playing? And the movie Antitrust. Make sure y'all check out the movie Antitrust too. Hackers and Antitrust.
100 plus gigabytes. PS5 discs, those max out at 100 gigs. And Xbox only 50. Even buying physical means downloading chunks of the game. The disc becomes a fancy license key. It still needs internet, still needs servers, still needs the publisher's permission. It's not really ownership anymore. It's just the illusion of it. And this is exactly why that GTA 6 physical media delay rumor worked so well, because we immediately understood how they would exploit it. Speaking of actually owning your hardware, yes, it's time for an ad. Gotta keep the lights on. If you're tired of companies, how they would have screwed us. Check it out.
How the delay would have screwed collectors.
Something that nobody pointed out about this GTA 6 delay rumor is that if it had been true, the strategy, honestly brilliant. It's cynical as hell, but it's brilliant. Say the digital release comes out November 19th, and the physical doesn't ship until January or later. Now, who buys physical copies in 2026? Not casual gamers. We're talking collectors. Hardcore fans who want a box on their shelf, a disc in their hand, and what else are those hardcore fans? They're the people who absolutely on day one. So what happens if physical is delayed? They buy digital on November 19th because waiting is impossible. I get it. Launch day hype, everybody's playing. You can't risk spoilers. You got to play it now. I understand. Then when the physical finally ships in January, they buy that too because they're collectors. They wanted the physical copy. Same game, same person. You buy it twice. $70 times 2. You do the math. 140. Nintendo does this constantly. They do limited releases, artificial scarcity, manufactured FOMO, and it works every single time. Now, I have no idea if Rockstar actually considered this. The rumor was wrong. The physical is confirmed for day one, but the fact that a bunch of us immediately thought, oh, they're going to make us double dip. That's not cynicism. That's pattern recognition from an industry that invented $2.50 horse armor on disc DLC and $70 games with
$250 horse armor. Get the fuck out of here.
Assumption.
Physical isn't dying.
This brings us to a bigger trend. People love to say that physical media is outdated and nobody wants discs anymore and the market's just evolving, except that it's not market evolution. It's manipulation. Underproduce physical stock, price it higher than digital, give digital only pre-order bonuses, and then release $200 collector's editions with no discs inside and just a download code. Yeah, of course.
This is a pretty good hacker type movie.
Making a choice. That's publishers engineering the outcome.
River Phoenix, Robert Redford, and Sidney Port. All right, I'm going to check that out. It's called Sneakers? Hell yeah, you know I love them old classics, baby.
Re-downloaded it. The Xbox 360 game. I don't think it's backwards compatible. All this stuff. But listen,
and can't go wrong with Sidney Poitier. He's a legend.
Discs don't care if Sony's bad at me.
Sidney is a legend.
My console, bro. They don't need authentication from a server. Publishers want digital because it's pure profit. There's no manufacturing costs or shipping or inventory risk. And this is the big one. You can't resell it. The used game market.
I can hear you saying it right now, Voss. Like,
yeah. It sells like for $40. The publisher sees nothing. Now,
watch it together.
Every person pays full price. It's freaking insane economics for them. It's terrible for everyone who actually wants to own things. And when physical finally dies completely, here's what we actually lose.
You already know. You know, we're going to walk around our house like Morticia and Gourmet Adams. I'm going to be all over You know how Gomez be with Morticia, just kissing all up the arm and shit. It's going to be like that. But naughtier. Baby,
industry, right?
And her in that 3
for dead hardware, games that needed online services. Their archive is tried to because there's no profit in it. Meanwhile, thousands of games from them, they are gone. Now, the only reason that we can still play NES and Super Nintendo games.
Oh, Mr. Smith. Let me stop right here. Mr. Smith. Now that's nice. All around the house, baby. Express yourself. Now that's gonna be hot. She was like, "You still alive, baby?" I bust out laughing. I was like, "Nigga, she got a shotgun." And then they were smashing on set for real. I know the motherfucker was like, "Keep rolling." It's like, "But sir, keep rolling." Express yourself. Oh yeah. All right. Set the horror deck 3 to the Mr. and Mrs. Smith program.
Decades, dumping ROMs from those physical cartridges, working with industry ties to try to shut down legal threats constantly. Data existed in 5 generations. Now, digital only makes reservation impossible without company cooperation. And companies do not cooperate because guess what? Supporting old games costs. He's gone. The crew's gone. Hundreds of other games are erased from history because a company decided that supporting it wasn't worth it. And SF is sliding toward. And the GTA 6 delay rumor is a preview of how fast it can happen. One decision, one leaked internal memo, physical delayed indefinitely or canceled outright. And once it's gone, guess what? It's not coming back.
Well, we have the right
now,
to
GTA
believe
6's physical delay rumor turned out to be false. Take-Two confirmed physical copies launched day one alongside digital. And that is good news. It is genuinely good news. But the fact that we all believed it instantly, the fact major gaming outlets...
So the GTA 6 physical copies are coming out. It was just a rumor. He had to confirm it. But the whole point of this video was to explain why people believed the rumor. Because they followed the pattern of what was going on with physical copies. They trying to get rid of that shit so they can motherfucking really truly own what you do. It's like you don't own your shit. It's your fucking license and shit. So like if our server shut down over here, so what you paid motherfucking $70, $80, $100, $250 and paid damn near $300 for buying skins and extra levels and shit. So the fuck what? You paid damn near $5,000 for that goddamn game. Pay $70 at first, but to buy all the accessories and pay for the new levels and the new data and the new guns and the new armor and the new weapons and the new magic. So the fuck what? We're Sony, bitch. We're pissing your faces. Look on some EA Sports shit. Like, so what? You don't give a fuck about y'all motherfuckers. Microsoft, Sony, EA Sports, Steam, we don't give a fuck. We don't give a fuck. Shit is fucking wild. Shit is fucking wild.
That it is credible. The fact that millions of people read the headline and went, yeah, 100%, that tracks. In my mind, that's the real story. A decade of evidence trained us to expect exactly this. We've watched Microsoft try to lock down ownership. We've watched Ubisoft delete purchased games. We've watched Sony remove purchased movies. We've watched Konami erase gaming history. The pattern is pretty clear.
Yep, exactly. Business-wise,
Companies will absolutely sacrifice consumer ownership for control.
Yep, but they didn't care about the people that are collectors. They're like, let me get this physical disc so I can just have that copy. Let me put this motherfucking box on my wall. Keep shit laminated and shit. You know what I'm saying? They don't give a fuck about the collectors either. This shit wild. But like, you know, from a business standpoint, yeah. But like at the same time, they still diabolical. They like, you don't own your shit. That shit evil as shit.
And most importantly,
profit over
you licensed it. So we've been paying attention. Pattern. And that pattern says that physical ownership is one bad quarter away. Now listen, you know what? You're not completely powerless here. Aside from all the doom and gloom, the Stop Killing Games campaign has one that could force global changes in how games are supported after end of life. Because every purchase happen, the option disappears, re-downloads, you can keep forever, and it's actual ownership. Support companies that treat customers like people instead of revenue streams. Agree with me? If you want physical, wait for it, even if it means missing day one hype. Don't let them train you to double.
Yeah, that's what I do. I wait for it.
Read the terms of service. I gotta be better at that too. And understand it's a license that can be revoked. Make informed decisions. So GTA 6 launches November 19th of this year. Physical copies available day one, and that is good, genuine. But the fact that this is the actual story, because we've been conditioned by a decade of shit. Physical media want us to have it. It's more profitable when we license instead of own, and they have more control when they can revoke instead of making a permanent sale. GTA 6 got a physical release this time. What when the percentage of people buying physical drops low enough that manufacturing stops making financial sense? It's not over. The direction's that rumor in 30 seconds because we've watched this play out for 10 years. And everything we've learned says we were right to believe it, even though this specific rumor turned out to be wrong. Physical ownership's hanging by a freak floor. The question is, how much longer can we hold on? Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. So you already know what it is. About to get ready to work on this track and then see if I can probably get some rest before work. So you already know what it is. You go play some songs. Oh God, why is this shit doing that? There you go. You already know what it is. Since it's UK After Dark, you already know what that means, Martha. Gotta get naughty. They become an HHN special report. Yeah, now they trying to motherfucking kick me out before the song come on. See? I was getting ready to end it. They starting to fuck with me, but we back.
Time to have a party, time to have a party. Baby girl love it, everybody get naughty. Time to have a party.
Welcome my UK crew. Get naughty.
Get naughty.
Naughty. While you making your food, baby.
Get naughty.
826 in the UK.
Walking in the club, ladies showing love. See me on stage, tell that motherfucker love. Baby girl, get it low. Drop it to the floor. Pick it back up, baby, make that ass roll. Out of control, got me saying whoa. Baby twerking on me, girl, you know how it go. When you drop, sing it low. Take it to the mo. Baby hop on it soon as the door close. I'm the one that you chose. Take off my clothes, pull out the camera phone. Wanna see you do a pose, put your tube video. Time to make a flick. Going for a buses, but I'm giving her the dick. Baby girl, you the shit. Girl like a party bitch. Live a bad chick, say fire like an awesomeness. Baby, this a hit. Got another party mix. Call me Santa Claus, had to put you. Baby girl, love it. She about to get naughty. Time to have a party. Baby girl love it, then she about to get naughty. Get naughty. Get naughty. 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 Get naughty. 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 Get naughty. 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 Giving her the business. Love it when I'm in it. Been her ass over, that's her favorite position. Give it to her. Going in the beat, fucking all night, we ain't about to go. Baby, girls, girl, unless you fucking up the sheets, she the beauty, I'm the beast. Eat her like a beast. Sweet cherry pie, baby, let me get a piece. Detroit after dark. Did it in the park. Under the stars on the hood of a car. She adventurous, we up in the park and then after word, we went to the drive-in. Treated like a swimming pool, I'm about to dive in. This a party over here, got you fucking vibing. Grab a naughty.
Damn it. They fucking with the shit. Round it back.